Hey guys, what's up? This is Mario here, bringing you guys another video, and today we're going to be going over the new weapon foundry system that's going to be added in the Taken King, so hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this, and so here we go. Dylan. Anyways, so in the Taken King, a lot of weapons you'll be able to receive will now come from a weapon foundry, and that means that now we'll have different companies that will be selling different kinds of weapons, and each foundry will be selling different guns with different stats that make their foundry unique. And so if you want maybe like high impact, low rate of fire weapons, then you go to one foundry. If you want really balanced weapons, you go to another foundry, and stuff like that. So basically you have to go to different foundries or companies in order to get guns that you actually want. Now, we currently know of 3 of the foundries that are going to be in the Taken King, and that is Hacker, Milan, and Servos. And we've seen Servos and Milan before, but Hacker, I believe, is a new foundry. And we're going to be going over all 3 foundries and what makes each of them unique in this video. So the first foundry we'll be going over is Hacker. Now, Hacker weapons are mostly about function over fashion. The weapons look quite old, and you'll probably notice that they have very similar fashion to weapons from games like Call of Duty. They're quite old-fashioned. I thought the auto rifle looked a bit like the Scar H or the Scar L or whatever the gun's called, but they will perform very reliably. That's another thing. So they look quite old, but they do perform very reliably. Weapons produced by Hacker will have a more tightly focused band of base stats, meaning that the stats will be pretty balanced on the most part. Certain stats won't spike as high or low as they do in other weapon families. So if you want maybe really high range, then you're not going to be able to get this from Hacker. If you want really high or really low of anything, you're not going to be able to get it from Hacker, because Hacker try and balance their weapons out a little bit and make them very well-rounded. The perks on Hacker weapons will be focused on offensive actions and combat tactics, which makes these weapons machines of war. Also, a good thing to note is that Hacker pulse rifles will fire in bursts of 4 rounds rather than 3 rounds, with the damage adjusted so that it deals the same amount of damage as a normal pulse rifle when all 4 shots hit the target. So basically, you're not going to be able to deal loads more damage with these pulse rifles. It's not like you're firing 4 shots and they're dealing normal amounts of damage. The damage has been reduced on each shot, so that when you hit a target with all 4 shots, it would be like you hit a target with 3 shots, that kind of thing, if you understand what I'm saying. But overall, this foundry will provide weapons with very balanced stats that are focused on aggression and tactical play. They will perform more reliably than other weapon families and will have a unique old weapon look which is new to Destiny and looks really nice. Another thing to notice is that a lot of the perks that you'll want to get on this gun will be ones that change the stats, because this kind of lets you tweak the gun a little bit, I believe. It lets you tweak the gun a little bit, so it's like you can increase the range a little bit, so that it's a little bit better, you know, but overall, the Hacker weapons are going to be very balanced. The second foundry that we currently know about is Milan. Milan weapons are futuristic looking weapons with a simple, sleek design which revolves around the colours black and blue. They are the producers of the hard light exotic auto rifle that's currently in the game right now. Weapons produced by Milan will start with generous base handling stats that you can build from, making these weapons very stable from the start, which allows you to try and get some more interesting perks, maybe build up the range a bit more, maybe build up the rate of fire. I don't know what new perks they're adding in the Taken King. They might let you do that, I'm not sure. The talent grids of Milan weapons will focus on behavioural perks over stat customization. So instead of getting perks that will increase the stats on the gun, you'll be able to get perks that change how your character performs overall. So rather than the perk selection, basically it favours perks that are energy based and or go beyond the weapon to interact with the wielder's abilities or status. What that means is that, so for example, I believe there's one where if you get a melee or grenade kill, oh no wait, no, your weapon reloads, this is the example. Your weapon reloads whenever you activate your super. That's a perk in the game currently. That's the kind of perk that Milan would go for, because that affects your overall character rather than the gun itself. And that's what most of the perks on Milan guns will be. Overall, Milan weapons are designed to look futuristic and be futuristic. They'll also use a liquid ammo storage, which once again adds to this spacey and technological theme that the weapons will have from Milan. And these weapons will be for people who like to use their abilities more than the weapons that they actually use, because all of the perks on them will be focused on using your abilities and using all of your subclass stuff, you know what I mean. The third and final foundry that we're going to be talking about in this video is Servos. Servos weapons are designed to look sleek and powerful, with curves and very few sharp edges on all of the weapons. They're also the producers of the Servos Regime exotic auto rifle that we currently see in the game right now. Weapons produced by Servos are focused on having lots of options to make your gun perform exactly how you want it to perform. So what that means is, rather than building your character like Milan weapons do, Servos weapons are going to allow you to build the gun itself and make the gun what you want it to be. If you want a really high range gun, then you can have a high range gun. If you want a really high stability gun, then you can have a high stability gun. You've just got to tweak the stats on the gun so that you can have what you want. Servos talent grids offer 2 columns of 2 stat perks, granting more options for changing weapon stats than any other foundry. There is a singular behavioural perk grounded in the middle of the talent grid as a focus point for the weapon's core potential. So that means that the behavioural perk is, like I was mentioning earlier, it's the stuff that Milan go for, like when you use your super, your magazine refills, that kind of thing. So that will be grounded just one in the gun, so that shows its core potential. And overall, Servos weapons are focused around you forging a gun that you would want to use, rather than just being given a gun and saying, yes, this is the best that you're going to get, now use it. You can design your gun to be exactly how you want it to be. And the design of Servos weapons are also very slick and nice looking, which is another reason that you might want to go with Servos. A few other side details that were given in the Bungie weekly update that was released. We did get a few more details on some of the weapons we'll be getting. We know that there may be more weapon foundries, that hasn't been confirmed. There may be more weapon foundries in the final product of the Taken King, but we don't know what they'll be called, what kind of weapons they'll be doing, what kind of perks they'll have, etc. We don't know any of that yet. We also know that there will be new faction weapons, and maybe the faction weapons will be a little bit different. Maybe they'll be changing how faction weapons work. I heard something about faction allegiances somewhere, actually, which could be very interesting. Maybe if you sign to a faction, then you can get better weapons for that faction. I'm not quite sure yet. And there may even be class-specific weapons, which would be an interesting new feature to the game. Most of this is revolving around a picture of a Warlock fusion rifle, but that's not good proof. It's because they actually noted it at the end of the weekly update. They said classes will have their own guns, I believe, or something like that, which kind of hints at the fact that each class will have its own guns somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it. Bungie also noted that the gunsmith will have a new reason that you'll want to go and talk to him, which does actually sound quite exciting, but we don't have any more details on why yet. So that's just about everything that we're going to be talking about in this video. I hope I've made you understand the new weapon foundry system a little bit better. If you have enjoyed this video, remember to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for daily gaming content. Remember to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, links in the description below, and I'll see you guys in another video. So until then, ciao.